Today we are working on the surface areas and volume of a cylinder. So some things to know. H still stands for height. R is still for radius. Our formula for lateral area of a cylinder comes from circumference, so 2 pi r times our height of our cylinder. Then total surface area is 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared because we have two circles on the bottom and top. And then our formula for volume is the area of our base times our height. Please remember that the formula for area of our base is pi r squared for all cylinders. So on our first one, we want to find lateral area, surface area, and volume of our cylinder. We need our radius. We've been given it. That is 8. We need our height. That's 12. So for our lateral area, our formula is 2 pi RH. So 2 times pi times our radius, which is 8, times our height, which is 12. Again, we're giving our answers in terms of pi, so we're not going to press the pi button. So it's 2 times 8 times 12, which gets us 192 pi centimeters squared. And if you're typing this in a computer, it's 192 pi for pi, centimeters as cm, your caret symbol, and 2. Then we're looking at total surface area. Formula for total surface area is 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r squared. So 2 times pi times our radius, which is 8, times our height, which is 12, plus 2 times pi times our radius, which is 8 squared. Again, multiply 2 times 8 times 12, and then separately 2 times 8 squared, and add those together. And you get 320 pi centimeters squared. And then we're looking at volume. Our formula for volume is area of our base times our height. And remember that the formula for area of this space is pi r squared. So pi r squared times our height. So pi times our radius, which is 8 squared, times our height, which is 12. So we do 8 squared times 12. And that gets us 768 pi centimeters cubed. Okay, our next one, doing the same thing. Our diameter is 2, which means we need to divide 2 by 2 and get 1 for our radius, and our height is 5. Remember the formula for a lateral area is 2 times pi times the radius times the height. So 2 pi times our radius, which is 1, times our height, which is 5. And 2 times 1 times 5. And that gets you 10 pi meters squared. Then we're looking at our total surface area. Our formula for total surface area is 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. So plug in our radius and our height. So 2 times pi times 1 times 5 plus 2 times pi 1 squared. And that gets us 12 pi meters squared. And then volume. remember, is the area of base times our height, and our area for this shape is a circle, so pi r squared times our height. So pi times our radius squared, 1 squared, times our height of 5, and that equals 5 pi meters cubed. Okay, then we're looking at the next one, which is find the lateral area, surface area, and volume of a cylinder with a circumference of 10 pi and a height equal to 3 times the radius. So we're given our circumference. Remember that our formula for circumference is 2 pi r. So we can plug in that 10 pi for 2 pi r. And then we can divide by 2 pi. And 5 equals our radius. Now it said that our height is equal to 3 times our radius. So we need to multiply 5 by 3 to get our height, which is 15 centimeters. Then we can plug that in for into our formulas. So remember, our lateral area is 2 times pi times our radius times our height. So 2 times pi times our radius, which is 5, times our height, which is 15. And that gets us 150 pi centimeters squared. And then we need our total surface area, 2 pi RH plus 2 pi r squared. So 2 times pi times our radius, which is 5, times our height of 15, plus 2 times pi times our radius, which is 5, squared. And again, remember, you're typing in everything but the pi, so 2 times 5 times 15 plus 2 times 5 squared. And that equals 200 pi centimeters squared. And then we're looking at volume. Formula for volume is area of the base times our height, or pi r squared times our height. So pi times our radius, which is 5, times our squared times our height, which is 15. So into your calculator, you type 5 squared times 15, and you'd get 375 pi centimeters cubed. And then our last one, we want to find the volume of the composite figure and round to the nearest tenth. So we need to find the volume of the cylinder and the volume of the triangular prism. So let's start with the triangular prism. Remember, the formula for volume of a prism is area of the base times our height. So we need to find the area of our triangle. So 6 times 8 divided by 2. And I know that the 6 is the height of the triangle and the 8 is the base of the triangle. And that gets me 24. Okay, so that we found our area of the base, which is the triangle. And then we need to find the volume of that triangular prism. So we're going to take the area of the base, which is 24, times our height, which is 9. And that equals 216. So that's the volume for the triangular prism. Now we need to find the volume for our cylinder. So in order to do that, we need to find what this length across is, which means we need to use Pythagorean theorem to find the hypotenuse of that triangle, which is also our diameter. So we'd have 6 squared plus 8 squared equaling our diameter squared. So 6 squared is 36 plus 8 squared is 64 equals our diameter squared. And 100 equals our diameter squared. Take the square root of that. So we've got 10 equaling our diameter, which means that our radius is 5. So then for our volume for our cylinder, we're going to take our area of our base times our height. So pi 5 squared times our height of 5. And that gets us 392.699. And then we're going to add those together. So adding the 216 and the 392.699 together. And that gets us 608.7, since we're rounding to the nearest tenth, meters cubed. I do recommend writing out your formulas before you start, making sure you know what your units are, or what your dimensions are, your radius and your height. And even potentially before you start, write in your different units.